It's 6 for Chahal with the ball, not with the bat. Hopefully, we'll see one with the bat also sometime
No, not
in
today.
his career.
We don't want to see Chahal hitting
Now,
a six.
why go
today.
down? Send him up, yeah. Send him at 4 or 5 to finish it off with a 6. I mean, come on, it's a special day and probably going to get this done easy. India have got Australia out for 230 after sending them into bat. Well, I've got Ajay, Jadeja and Zaheer Khan here with me. Gentlemen, that's a job well done by the Indian bowlers, isn't it?
Absolutely, and Bhuvneshwar Kumar set the tone very nicely. It was good battle to see between Finch and Bhuvneshwar Kumar. Now Bhuvneshwar Kumar has got him in all the 3 innings of this ODI
Slightly
series.
longer battle,
Yeah.
but the result was inevitable.
Yeah. And he was so cautious, isn't it? Like he almost thought today that, okay, today seen the first phase out, and Finch was very determined. He looked determined in the last game as well, but having said that, the tone was set by Bhuvneshwar Kumar, but it was finished so nicely by Chahal. Chahal show all the way after that.
Chanchal Chahal, 6 wickets for him. Always good to see him do well. He's a great character, of course, you know. Maybe a little guy, but he's got a big heart. 10 overs he bowled today. He's got 32 dots in. He may have given some runs away, but that doesn't matter, right? When you're a leg spinner, you want your leg spinner to go, all right, man, just show me heart. Doesn't matter if you get hit for a few, you get me the wickets.
Yeah, and especially in the middle of the innings.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's a stage where batsmen are not trying to get after you, or it's not at the start of the innings where, you know, the batsman is struggling. And when he came on to bowl, actually, if you look at it, the period just before that was the easiest period for Australia, over 10 to over 20. You know, 10 overs, they got about 45, 50 runs
50
there,
runs, yeah.
didn't lose a wicket. So then he came on, and that's when the wickets are really important. And then he got 3 in that spell, and then he finished it off.
And just to
beautifully.
add to what you're saying, the last 2 games, that's been a problem for India. The middle overs, you've not taken the wickets. And today, Chahal comes in and he sort of ticks that box fantastically. Well, there you go. We've got... Why do I have to tell you when the good student Abhideep has everything?
Yes, and if you're a good student, see that, you know, the last column. That changes. Why? Because what happens earlier.
Yes.
You know, you see that last 10 overs in the last few games, 7.8, 8.4, and
Yeah.
suddenly 4.85.
Yeah, just look at the middle column there.
So-
16
so-
to 35. That's
so-
what you're looking at.
Yeah.
105 for 1, 111 for 2, and today 117 for 4. So you may be saying, well, the wickets are going, but they've got the same amount of runs there. But that's not what's important. The next column becomes important because of the wickets. And there's the stark difference.
Yep.
Absolutely. I think be it bowling or batting, you'll always look at these three passages of play, which is these 3 power play which we talk about.
Yeah.
And every power play, if you tick that box, the next phase becomes easier. And that's what we've been talking about. And that middle phase is the longest phase of this game.
Yeah.
You know, from over number 11 till about over number 40. That phase is the most crucial phase. So that, as a team, as a bowling unit, if you're forcing the issue on the opponents, if you're creating those chances, if you're creating that impact with wickets, the last phase of the game becomes easier.
Let's pull that graphic up again, because you'll see when you get a sheet with so many numbers on it, but there's so many numbers, but there's only one number out of those that breaks the pattern, which is the third ODI, 16 to 35. You look at that 4. That 4 wickets is what has changed, where the first 2 one-days were close one-days, right? Were challenging scores for India while chasing. And now here in the third one-day, this is not a challenging score to chase, because you've got those 4. You've got nothing really that Australia has got in that last spell of play. And you're looking at close to almost 100 balls there, right? 90, 80 balls there. And you've only given 68 runs and got 4 wickets. So
I mean, that graphic shows you another way of playing the game.
Yeah.
You know, the same one-day game that we keep talking about. People have been worried about, you know, who's going to bowl in the slog. And I always say this, slog comes at the end. You have no choice how you're going to play, because the scoreboard decides. The only choice as a captain or as a batsman or as a bowler that you have is the first few overs, how you are going to play there. So if you're going to keep a side or make a side or build a side looking at who's going to bowl at the slog, then you are always allowing the opposition to be in the game throughout.
yeah.
But if you make a side where it dominates from the top, then the slog doesn't matter, and it shows in that graphic when you pick those wickets. Same as with batting. Why aren't we getting 340, 360 scores anymore? Same flat wickets, big bats, small boundaries. The top 10 overs, you got 30 today, 40 odd the other day, 40 odd in the game before that. So it is at the top what you do. guys who come at the end will only follow through with what has happened in the start.
Yes.
And that is why, and when we came for that 35th over and we were talking about, why bowl your 5th and 6th bowler from over number 10 to 20. We've got away today, but I think that's not the right way to play.
Yeah, you could have finished this far earlier when you think about it. In the end, you're not going to worry too much because you've got Australia down to 230. But the biggest problem they've had, as Ajay just said, is their openers have not got runs. That has put pressure on Khwaja and Marsh. In 2 games, they managed to do it. Today, they didn't because they ran into Chanchal Chatur Chahal, जिन्होंने दोनों विकेट एक ही ओवर में ले ली. उसके बाद it was pretty much game over. Helped, of course, by Maxwell. Actually, if you look at it, Maxwell Zach looked like the guy who could dominate and could take the score beyond 250. And it took a brilliant catch by Bhuvi to end that as well.
So Bhuvi's had a good game, but so has Shami. I think Shami's contribution can go unnoticed
sometimes.
In these kind of scenario where someone like Chahal has had such a brilliant outing, but that wicket was also equally crucial because he was someone who could have changed the tempo for Australian team at that stage, could have got them to 250, 260 mark, which would have been a really fighting total. I would say that at this point, halfway mark, Indian team must be thinking that the start is going to be crucial.
Yeah.
Australian team has been, the bowling unit has been hitting the lengths very well. Today's conditions are suiting seam bowling for sure. So that's something which Indian batsmen have to be watchful of. Start is going to be the most crucial in the second innings.
Anything in the wicket that would make it tricky for, because obviously when you look at just a scorecard, you look at 230 and 50 overs and you're going, that's easy, but it's never really easy. But is there anything in the wicket or the conditions you've seen that makes this 230 slightly trickier than we would think?
It did look a little sticky, unlike the normal flat wickets that you see in one-day cricket, but nothing alarming. The ball also did spin and grip, but the spinner that they have, Adam Zampa, not a big spinner of the ball, unless what happened in the first game. The first 3 guys, if they get out very early, 10, 15, then any total is daunting.
Yeah.
And then it'll be daunting not just because of the run rate, but it's just to survive that long. And we saw that with Australia. So, like he said, start is always important. There is enough in the wicket, but the quality of batting that we have and the quality of bowling that Australia has, I still think even if you get stuck somewhere, you will get past.
Yeah, because you do have quite an extended sort of batting lineup today. You have, we're going to show you the India team playing 11. You, of course, have the top 3 who've always been golden for India in the last few years, which is Rohit, Shikhar and Virat. But then you have Dhoni at 4, Kedar, Dinesh Karthik, Vijay Shankar. You've got Ravindra Jadeja coming in at 8. Bhuvneshwar Kumar, who's no mug with the bat, right? He's won your game in Sri Lanka last year. I mean, he's obviously dependable with the bat. Shouldn't go up till there. But obviously a longer batting lineup than previous. And of course, Chahal, he's going to win it with a 6 today, man. Send him out at 5.
No, if
he's going to hit a 6. He's going to come at number 5 to hit a 6 to win. Come on.
But I think we were struggling with number 4. So is that what they're looking at?
Come on.
Here's the answer.
I hope it is 220 for 2 and then Chahal walks out at number 4. Hit 1-6.
That's a good time to walk out. Needing just a few runs. And that it'd be fun. And I think we haven't seen that.
Yeah.
I mean, although we've seen a lot of changes last 2-3 years, with this management and this captain, we see a lot of changes with the side. You have players being picked and dropped, but I've yet to see a batting order change. Depending on the situation or using those opportunities. They don't do that. Yeah. They don't. I mean, we've never seen that. The top 3 remain the same, and that's how it should be. But then it should be the same for everybody else, which doesn't happen. Whereas 4, 5, 6 should be actually floating because it is never the same. When you walk in at 4, 220 for 4 is different than 13 for 4.
Yeah.
Or 40 for 4. So, and each player has their skills. So it'd be nice to see if they can let people in, or Vijay Shankar, who's playing his first game. When you have an opportunity like this, and say if you're 140 for 2 or something, then I don't want to see Mahendra Singh Dhoni walk in because you're not going to test him. It's not that can he play at 4 or not. But yes, there's an opportunity, so Vijay Shankar can walk in, or Kedar Jadhav, who's not played, and if he's in your scheme of things. So use this opportunity when you get, rather than before the toss, because in the game is how you need to use, because these situations will keep changing.
They did try that with Hardik, I think, against Australia when they were playing at home. That was over about a year ago. and Hardik walked in at 4 at
Yeah.
one. So they were trying that a bit, but of late you've seen that happening a lot less, and you'd
But
want to do that.
The curiosity has always been around whether it affects a batsman's mindset. You know, you would like to see a stable batting lineup for any kind of situation where everyone knows their roles, and when you're preparing yourself or you going into to bat, you know that this is the number I'm playing at. This is how I'll play according to the situation, but that's the role which I'm playing.
But that doesn't happen because we've seen, at least in this
Yeah.
series, if you see how Australia plays, whether it is an X or a Y batting at over number 10, over 20, over 30, over whatever numbers that you look, they play in one form. The player doesn't matter. Whereas when India plays, and I think I talked about it earlier as well the other day, when India is playing, it all depends on who's batting in that period, and we go by, oh, this person plays like this, so we should play. This is how we'll play. An X person is playing on another given day, the scoreboard moves at a different pace.
So shall I tell you the difference? It's like Hollywood films and Indian films. In Hollywood film, the actor plays the character.
Okay.
In Indian films, the hero is playing the same guy in every movie.
सर इसीलिए तो आप क्या वो है कि कितनी खूबसूरती से डाल देते हैं, हमें गोल गोल
Artist and robot.
Artist beautifully. Few words.
ये मैं हलवाई हूँ ना, वो मीठी मीठी बातें देते हैं, मैं उसको एक लड्डू बना के आपके मुंह में डाल देता हूँ. सिंपल सी बात है भाई. लड्डुओं से याद आया, हमारे प्यारे लड्डू दानिश सैथ जो है, प्यारे लड्डू हमारे मीठे से, गोल गोल से, स्वीट से. तो एक नया शो इज कमिंग ऑन क्रिकबज़ जिसका नाम है स्ट्रेंजर 11. व्हाट इज स्ट्रेंजर 11? There have been stranger things that have happened in the 11 in cricket world over than what you see today. You say, what's happening? Why is this guy? Stranger things have happened. And even stranger things happen when Danish goes out and speaks to a few people. Some of those people are him himself only. Show you the promo, you know what I mean. For him to not play is a completely different thing. Plus, we always believe that the players completely deserve it.
Too used to watching experts? Well, in India, it doesn't matter if you're an expert or not. If you have an opinion on cricket, you will say it.
See, I am honestly very sad. Indian culture has died. T20 में ladies को नचाने का क्या जरूरत? There is the sanctity of the game.
Uncle,
It has completely been ruined by these youths.
अंकल आप आस्थमा का पंप मारवा. तो मैं क्या बोलता हूँ, टीम बस में मेरे को ले लो. मैं जिसका टिकट काटना है काट दूंगा. जिसको देना है दूंगा, और उधर ही हम लोग टीम बस में डिसाइड करेंगे ना कौन 11 लोग खेलने वाले बोल के.
If you both uneducated people can shut up, see, new talents have to emerge. There was Mohinder Vishwanath, then there was Sabha Kirmani. There was a phase when KL Dravid came, and now there is a new exciting young prospect, Parthiv Shaw. I'm a big fan of this.
Hear the real voices on Stranger 11, coming soon on Cricbuzz.
Come on, oh, please, over, man, just shut up. I'll hit you with a tranquilizer shot and kill you.
It's got its 4. India lift the World Cup.
Well, we love the fans, and this show is all about the fans. So we're going to be getting fans of cricket who are going to be coming in and talking about that. So it's going to be really interesting. So for all of us, it's, I guess, a day off, and just it's very important. It's important to be a good listener. But someone has to talk, no? You guys can talk. I have to listen. Everyone's listening.
Danish is having a field day out there.
Danish is having a field
Yeah.
day, yeah?
Looks a lot of fun.
It looks a lot of fun.
One thing's for sure, the comfortable clothing out there. You don't need a jacket in that show. Can I switch to that show?
See, basically, Ajay is that Phil Collins album from 1987, No Jacket Required, that won many Grammys, 4 Grammys I think it won. He never wants to wear a jacket. In fact, I was going to give a secret out of what happened before the show began, but I'm not going to say that. But if you like to keep it casual, don't wear the jacket. Next time you're here, don't wear the jacket. I'll fight for you.
Pakka?
Pakka. But you'll wear a high collar
Don't ask
shirt.
anyone though.
I've just been told in my ear, you're not coming next series because you said you're not wearing a jacket. Get out!
And what makes it even better is that he doesn't have a earpiece. So I don't know how someone's talking in his ear. That's great. Telepathy, aa rahi hai ji unko telepathy. So Stranger 11 is a Cricbuzz original series. So please do watch out for that. And all the best to Danish and the Cricbuzz team for that show. And right now, all the best to the Australian bowlers to defend 230 because they're going to need a bit of luck, aren't they?
They will, I think, and especially in the early part of the innings.
Yeah.
Otherwise, things are going to be very difficult for Aussie bowlers to pull it back.
Would like to see Shikhar Dhawan getting some runs today.
Very important for him because,
Yeah.
you know, as the team's going, they don't give you many games. He was tentative to start first game. Second game, I was a little surprised. I mean, I agree with him. We talked about this. That's his style. You know, he goes after the bowlers when he feels a little threatened or when he's not confident. Everybody has a different way of playing. But Ravi Shastri as a coach, or, you know, his cricketing philosophy has always been that you got to grind it out. So if he's going to take that same route, then he better be successful. Otherwise, come next series, he'd probably be in the next seat.
Oh,
Where am I going?
No, sorry, this seat. No, because
is that going to open?
no,
No.
because you see that with this team.
Yeah.
They've been, you know, they've been very.
Sir, it's Russian roulette, sir. It's Russian roulette. There's a few bullets, and if they can fire at any time, and somebody else gets a chance.
And the only ones who've survived are the guys who batted at 1, 2, 3. Because the advantage at 1, 2, 3 is that if you have a good day, you can get a big 100, and that stays in people's mind. Like Dinesh Karthik, poor fellow, had a good day. He had only 25. He had a great day. You know, what 10 matches ago he had a 25 not out. So when you get out couple of times and have 25 not out, your average remains at 12. And after 4 games, that's shown to you. Whereas as an opening batsman, if you have a good day, you have 120, 130, 140, which is what Shikhar has done in the past. So it's been a couple of innings. So I think it's a very important innings for Shikhar Dhawan. For a simple reason, once you get to New Zealand anyway, it's going to get tougher. For openers, it gets tougher there. It'll seam around. So, you know, and this is a great opportunity. It's only 230 that you need to get. No pressure of the run
Take your time.
scoreboard. Take your time, but that doesn't suit his style. So it'll be what I will be looking forward to is how he approaches it. What happens, we'll find out.
Yeah, and you know, he's probably got a chance to do well here because it's his home ground. It's MCG. Melbourne is his home ground. That's where his wife is from. तो ससुराल में थोड़ा सा एक्स्ट्रा इम्प्रेस तो करना ही पड़ता है.
तो
पर नॉर्मली
आज कूड़ा ले जाने का दिन तो नहीं है.
अरे वाह क्या याद है BWC का वेरी गुड. पर सर और ये भी तो प्रॉब्लम होती है कि कभी कभी जब आप ससुराल जाओ तो वहां से भागने की जल्दी में रहते हो.
अभी तो वो टाइम नहीं आया है. अभी तो नया है.
थोड़ा हो गया चलेगा वापस चलेगा. Not me. I love being there. You guys. I'm not asking you. Your shadi is very new, so I'm not going to ask you and put you in the spot.
कूड़े तक बात नहीं पहुंची.
कूड़े की कहानी पता आपको क्या है कि शिखर कहता है कि I work very hard in Australia कि मैं I take the garbage out. कूड़ा कहता है ऑस्ट्रेलिया में उसको कूड़ा नहीं कहते.
क्या कहते हैं?
Garbage.
ओह अच्छा ठीक है.
और trash.
Yeah. But उसका दिन होता है ना.
Please be cultured.
Thursday या Friday?
Thursday, Friday. हफ्ते में एक बारी.
तो आज क्या है?
सर आज फ्राइडे है.
तो निकाल के आया कि नहीं?
सर कल कूड़ा निकाल के आया है और आज यहाँ पे सबको साफ कर देगा.
अगर अपने दिमाग का कूड़ा निकाल लिया है तो काम हो जाएगा.
बहुत बढ़िया बोले सर. बहुत बढ़िया. वेरी गुड. India of course looking poised on winning the series 2-1, but you know nothing is over till it's over. But we're just going to talk a little bit about the Australian batting. We've spoken so much about the Indian bowling. For the Australian batting, any positives that you saw? Probably Hanscom. Probably the only one. I mean, he's been consistent. He's got it's there. It's middling scores, right? But slight more consistency than the others. Khwaja has been disappointing. Finch has been disappointing.
I think if you look at all the 3 matches, they've been very cautious with their start. And after that, they've been building good partnerships. You've seen that 350-run partnership, which was setting the platform for the last 10 overs. They were getting runs in the last 10 overs as well. Today, it was a different kind of a day. And disappointed with someone like Sean Marsh as well, because when you have 100, you are enough in-form batsman. So once you are in form, you got to see the team through. You know, so that's something which was which is very evident that he wasn't comfortable with the trajectory of Kedar Jadhav as well. So he didn't look comfortable today, which was a bit disappointing. And the middle overs are the crucial overs in ODIs as opposed to any other format, you know, because the second power play is longer, and if you are in as a batsman, you got to make that third power play easy for your lower middle order.
For you, out of the Australian batting today, any positives they take?
I don't think, except Hanscom that you said, and he's been consistent. The first game he got a 40 odd. He's taking what the opposition is allowing him to take.
Yeah.
I mean, 63 ball, 58. This is a period where in the last 15 overs he's batted.
Yeah.
So the opposition is happy. You are the only you are recognized batsman. You are down with the tail. So, for numbers they look good and they will add to his career numbers, but it doesn't make that impact.
Yeah.
And so there are players who make that impact, and I think the impact players that they have, I mean, Aaron Finch is one of them, right at the top, and he hasn't worked. Maxwell is another player who could make an impact, or Stoinis. I don't think, except these three, I look at any one of these Australian players and say they are the impact players who could take the game away from you. In a 50-over game, 210, 220, 230, any opposition at the moment allows you to get that with that open field.
Yeah.
And I think Hanscom was smart enough to take whatever he was getting. But I won't look at it as a positive. Yes, numbers are showing that he's scored runs.
Great point.
But it makes no difference to the game. I may be proved wrong if India bats horribly badly and gets all out. Then we'd look at it and say, oh, at least he got to the end.
Yeah.
But modern day one-day cricket, most 99 games you get flat tracks. It's about beating the other guy at scoring rates. It's about getting few more runs than the opposition.
Yeah.
Getting bowled out is not an option anymore.
Yeah.
But at the start,
230, I mean, you're looking at 230 with an extra batsman that India is playing. I mean, for India to lose this game, India would have to bat really horribly. Australia would have to bowl at genius levels.
that begs me to ask you a question.
Yes. Who got it right? Who got the tukka right?
With that batting lineup now, do you think we're short of a bowler, or we need another extra batsman?
I like this balance, by the way. I like Kedar Jadhav as a bowler.
You like Bhuvneshwar Kumar at 9.
Yeah, actually, Jadeja at 8 is extra. It's extra
Vijay
safe as far
Vijay
as I'm
Shankar at
concerned.
7.
But honestly, actually, if you would ask me my personal preference, I would probably still play Kuldeep. I mean, you'd want to play Kuldeep in this team, and instead of Vijay Shankar, play a seamer.
That was the plan earlier, but that plan has not worked because Khalil and Shiraz had tough days. So that's something which forced the team management to take this kind of decision. But I always like having 6 bowling options, because 50 overs is a long time, and if someone is 10 overs, 60 deliveries is quite a ask. So that's something which always helps if you have 6 bowling option. That provides you that kind of cushion as well. If someone is having a tough day, you don't have to go through with the 10 overs of that bowler, and you can rotate your bowlers around. You can stack up your overs in a more aggressive manner. Is what I feel as captain. You have that liberty. When you have 5 bowling options, at times you are limited with maneuvering your resources.
Yeah.
5 pure versus 3 pure and 3 bits and pieces. Which one would you pick? So you got 6 in one side.
No, you
3
still
pure
have-
bowlers.
You'd go 4 pure and 2.
See,
part-time.
if you take out Vijay Shankar from that lineup and you put an informed seamer there,
Yeah.
right? You still have 5 bowlers who are going to give
Then
you
you have 5
50
bowlers,
overs.
and you've got
But
Jadeja
you-
batting at 7.
Exactly.
That's
and
what I'm
you
saying.
still-
Only 5 pure bowlers.
No, Jadeja you'd count as a
No,
pure
but you-
bowler,
you
wouldn't
have
you?
to-
Jadeja a 10 over bowler for you? Jadeja's a...
Of course.
Yeah, so Jadeja you're counting as a pure bowler.
Yeah.
Right? You've got Bhuvi as a pure bowler.
Yeah.
You've got the spinners, so whether it's Chahal, Kuldeep, whoever.
Yeah.
And then the seamers. So you still have pure bowlers with the option of Jadeja giving you the number 7
Yeah.
bat.
So we're talking about
And
that
Kedar
cushion.
at 6 or 5,
Yeah.
giving
I'm
you a
not-
few
I'm not
backup
going-
overs.
I'm saying not going by individuals. I'm saying 5 pure bowlers. If you count, say, Umesh, in this case,
Shami.
Shami,
Bhuvi.
Bhuvi, Ravindra, and Chahal.
Yeah.
5th pure bowler, no matter who you want to play. Play Vijay Shankar as a batsman bowler, or you play Kedar, or whoever else you play. But 5 pure bowlers, and then maybe 6th. But what happens is when we try and go for the 6th, the batting, and especially when you have a batting captain and a batting coach, they always like to keep batting a little solid.
Yeah.
So, so you end up having that 6th bowler that you're talking about, or the 5th bowler ends up being more a batsman, because in this case, Kedar and Vijay Shankar are more batsmen than bowlers.
So my personal preference would be 4 solid bowlers, 1 bowling all-rounder, 1 batting all-rounder.
When you become the chairman of selectors, that's what the team is going to be.
I think it should be 5 bowlers capable of giving you 10 overs.
So that's it. I mean, the fifth
and
I'm
one
saying is a bowling
option which is
all-rounder.
going to give you 4 to 6 overs.
So bowling all-rounder like Jadeja,
Yeah.
who can be
No,
brutal
batting
with the bat
all-rounder.
as well.
I'm saying go with 5 bowlers who are capable of bowling
one
those
batting
10
all-rounder.
overs, and one option which is going to just give you a cushion of if someone is having a tough day.
Excellent. What do you think?
Yeah.
I don't
That's
know if
more
we've given you
important.
clarity or we've confused you more because we all have our own opinions, but we want to hear your opinions. So tweet to us and of course use the hashtag Cricbuzz Live. You can also do that to answer a joy factor question. I'm going to pull that out for you again, even though we've got some people who got it right, by the way. We did. I got a few tweets. I'm telling you. I don't want to tell you, but I got to tell you. Only 2 people have this specific achievement in Test cricket. It was a minimum of 50 matches. One of them is Chris Martin of New Zealand, who is the other. Clue, de do clue.
Clue this.
Clue is. So what clue can I give you? Which country?
Which country?
India.
Oh. Then is it same as what we were talking in the first show?
Exactly that.
Is he
No.
batting all rounder or bowling all rounder?
Ah, nice. He is not. It's very interesting that you asked that question because somewhere in there is a very cryptic clue for the answer.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's very interesting. When you hear the answer, you will come back to the question that Zach asked: is he a bowling all-rounder or batting all-rounder? And you will have a laugh on that, just like I'm having right now. But I can't tell you the punchline because I'll reveal the answer, so I'm not going to do it. Shh. Cricbuzz Live, hashtag that you have to use and reply on Twitter. Tell us what the answer is. Of course, the winner gets this glass table with the cup on it. In fact, it's a cup I just had coffee in, and I know how devoted you are to me, so I'm not going to wash it before sending it to you.